that's where it comes from. So going back to when you were at Price Waterhouse, what was that kind of like you were in the corporate world? What was kind of like that moment where you knew you wanted to kind of take that next leap of faith almost?
Well, I guess the first lesson was, you think you're pretty smart coming out of an honors business program, and
Yeah.
probably my second week in Price Waterhouse, I realized that I didn't know anything. You
Okay.
know, so those 2 years I spent, it was a great company, great people, great training, great experiences, but it wasn't what I wanted to do long term. But man, it was
Yeah.
great for learning about all kinds of different businesses. Even though it was in the sort of the accounting and the tax and the auditing area, which doesn't appeal to most people, but it
Yeah.
allowed me to learn about a lot of different areas of business, and I really wouldn't
Mm.
trade that experience for anything. So that was really the step ladder, I guess, to get onto my own thing, and that's what I did.
Mm. And how many years were you in the corporate world after college? And did you get your CPA right after college? And were you still playing sports during this time?
I was, and it was a difficult balancing act, I'll tell you. And that's where the discipline, that's where the decision to do it has to come from, because you've got to budget your time. You can't worry about being too tired. You just got to simply
Yeah.
set your mind to it. And it's the same in our business, in a franchise like ours. That's the whole thing. If you decide you're going to succeed and follow the program, you're going to succeed. That's it. But if you're
Yeah.
willow wallow about it, you're not. So yeah, when I was doing that, it was pretty difficult. Playing at that level of baseball when I was writing my CPA exams, and I think I got married that same year. So it was a bit of a tough year, but again, you can do whatever you set your mind to if you really are disciplined about it.
That's awesome. And what was the transition like from corporate world to franchising? I know a lot of times as an entrepreneur, trying to get things started, it's a lot of lonely nights, a lot of long weekends, a lot of time just kind of by yourself, not really sure if it'll even be worth it. So how do you even get through those tough days as kind of a young entrepreneur, trying to,
Well,
kind of have those aspirations, but not really sure what to do?
yeah, I mean, I started my own accounting firm as the first step. I didn't go right into franchising. So for several years, we built an accounting firm doing the traditional things like taxes and financial statements and things like that. But I've always been a business development guy, so we got into things like management consulting, computers consulting, and even sports consulting. At one
Wow.
point I was a certified player agent for Major League Baseball and National Hockey League players. Now, once we
Wow.
discovered this opportunity, though, I couldn't do any of that anymore because this required full time, and so
Yeah.
I sort of withdrew from those activities, and it was really just an idea, Josh, to tell you the truth, at the time, where we decided this was something that a lot of businesses needed, and we were willing to take a flyer and go after it in a a multinational way in the United States and Canada. So it was really a decision from dust to create what we have today, which is 250 franchises and about 130 people working in our head office. So it's built from zero to that.
That's crazy. That's quite the operation. And I'm always hearing kind of in franchising that magic number is usually around 100, where, that's kind of where you see franchises either succeed or fail. What was that kind of journey like?